3, 2, 1. It is a beautiful day here at the Joseph and Mildred Murray Stadium Field on the Catonsville campus of the Community College of Baltimore County as we are live for the penultimate home game of the men's soccer season for CCBC Catonsville. Hello folks, this is Isaac Donsky here in the booth ready to bring you all of the action as the CCBC Catonsville Cardinals take on the Arundel Community College Riverhawks in what I already mentioned was our penultimate home game of the season. And first off, welcome back. We've had a bit of an extended break for the Cardinals. We've had a couple of cancellations for some home games. So instead of a 4-game home stretch to end the season, we're only getting 2 home games left, but hey, anything could happen. Looking forward to this one today. The Cardinals come into today's matchup with a 1-12-1 record. Yes, you heard that right. Your eyes are not deceiving you. Catonsville finally got their first win of the season in their last game 2 weeks ago, a 2-1 victory over Northern Virginia Community College. It was the crowning achievement for this young team who has gone through so much this season. Now, are they in contention for playoffs? No, they're still last in the conference, but a win is a win, and it's the first step towards a brighter future for the Cardinals. Leading the way for Catonsville this season has been Alec Britton. He has been a stellar contributor, leading the way with 3 assists, 5 points on the year, 13 total shots. He was recently named the Cardinal Athlete of the Month here at CCBC Catonsville. He does not lead the Cardinals in goal scoring, however. That belongs to freshman James Anderson, who has 2 goals on the season, the only Cardinal with multiple goals. Anderson scored the game winner against Northern Virginia last time out. Goaltender Austin Thomas has been excellent this season. He leads the team with 78 saves on the year and an excellent save percentage. Meanwhile, the Riverhawks, they come into today's matchup 8-4 on the year, 7-4 in conference play. They have been stellar. They're coming off a 5-3 victory over Carroll Community College, and for them, this is just a tune-up game. The final game of this regular season for the Riverhawks. They are slated to make the region tournament, so they're looking ahead to that, which could open the door for Catonsville to pull an upset. This is a very balanced Riverhawks team. They have a lot of star players to look out for. Take, for example, they have no one goal leader in goal scorers. It's a 2-way tie with 5 goals apiece for Davis Bosley and Leighton Calzado. They each have scored 5 goals. In terms of overall shooting, Malik Williamson leads the way with 25 shots on the season. Leighton Calzado leads with 12 points, while Steven Lano leads with 4 assists. Goalkeeper Edgar Garcia has been stellar. Only 48 saves on the season, but that's because he's faced so little opposition thanks to the Riverhawks defense. This is going to be an intriguing matchup, and I know some people are probably wondering, well, wasn't this game scheduled for 5 p.m.? Well, it was, but due to a high school football game getting rescheduled to this stadium later this evening, this game's been pushed up to 4 o'clock, and actually we're going to get started about 5 minutes early. We'll be right back with the start of this game. And, we'll check that. Actually, we do have the starting lineups ready, so let's go ahead and look at the starting lineups, beginning with the visitors from the Riverhawks. I'm getting ahead of myself there. We begin, and here are your starters for the Riverhawks. Starting at midfield will be a freshman from Annapolis, Maryland, number 2, Steven Lano. Starting on defense will be a sophomore from Crofton, Maryland, number 4, Rafael Arias. Starting on defense, a sophomore from Glen Burnie, Maryland, number 5, Juan Zavala Hernandez. Starting on defense, a freshman from Pasadena, Maryland, number 8, Matthew Suter. Starting at midfield, a freshman from Pasadena, Maryland, number 9, Leighton Calzado. Starting at midfield, a sophomore from Pasadena, Maryland, number 10, Sam Adams. Starting at midfield, a sophomore from Glen Burnie, Maryland, number 12, Lisandro Tuchez Martinez. Starting at midfield, a freshman from Pasadena, Maryland, number 16, Namias Rubio. Starting at forward, a freshman from Arnold, Maryland, number 19, Malik Williamson. Starting on defense, a freshman from Severn, Maryland, number 21, Davon Lionel. Starting on defense, a freshman from Bowie, Maryland, number 23, Dominique Breeden. And starting in the net, a sophomore goalkeeper from Glen Burnie, Maryland, number 99, Edgar Garcia. Now here's the starters for CCBC Catonsville in the penultimate game of the season. Starting in net for the Cardinals will be the freshman goalkeeper from, one second here, make sure I have the right here, the freshman from Rosedale, Maryland, number 00, Austin Thomas. Starting in midfield and making his first start of the season, a freshman from Dundalk, Maryland, number 1, Connor Surrey. Starting on defense, a freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, number 3, James Anderson, the leading goal scorer for the Cardinals. Starting on defense, a sophomore from New Carrollton, Maryland, number 4, Eric Velasquez. Starting at midfield, a freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, number 8, Eduardo Lopez. Starting at forward, a freshman from Catonsville, Maryland, number 9, Mike Miranda. Starting at forward, a freshman from Dundalk, Maryland, number 10, Alec Britton. Starting on defense, a freshman from Conakry, Guinea, number 13, Sharif Haidara. Starting at midfield, a freshman from Towson, Maryland, number 15, Evan Sims. Starting on defense, a freshman from Lagos, Nigeria, number 17, Caleb Akano. And starting at forward, a freshman from Ebo Town in the Gambia, number 19, Khalid Minte. Those are your starters for both teams. We will be right back with the start of this afternoon's game. Catonsville takes on the Riverhawks, coming right up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, somebody got named a starter that wasn't a starter. Because you and I sat there and we got them at the same time, right? Whatever. You doing this? Sure. If I'm in your way, just let me know. I'm good.
About to get underway here in the penultimate game of the regular season for the Cardinals. I should say the penultimate game of the season. Unfortunately, there will be no postseason for the Cardinals, but hey, first year under new coach with a brand new team, that's expected. Cardinals will be wearing their home white jerseys, red shorts, red numbers, red sleeves. Meanwhile, Arundel will be wearing a bit of an interesting jersey combination. It'll be teal with purplish blue stripes on both the shirt and jersey, the jersey and pants with white numbers. One of the more unique colors, one of the more unique coloring schemes we've seen on a kit from any team in Region 20. And Arundel taking the field now. Should mention, we did name one extra starter for the Riverhawks. Their coach did give us 12 starters by mistake instead of 11. We will figure out who it is that we accidentally named who is not playing in just 1 second. Catonsville's won the toss. They'll kick off to begin.
Catonsville will kick off to start the first half. They will be moving right to left for those of you in the stands. And Arundel moving left to right.
Here we go. We are underway, and Sharif Haider immediately knocks it way down. Namias Rubio with the ball for Anna Arundel. Now the Cardinals will get their first chance. Mike Miranda, number 9, tries to find Alec Britton. Riverhawks are going to break that up. Another chance here is Evan Sims gets in on the deflection. There's James Anderson with a header, knocks it up. And Catonsville right off the bat showing some aggression early. Ooh, good play by Miranda there through the legs of Sam Adams. Now it's Britton, gets shoved around, looks like he was looking for a foul to be called. Tries to get it to Eduardo Lopez, but Lopez ran in a bit too quickly. And it's going to be taken away by the Riverhawks. So now Anna Arundel with the ball, and here is what I, in particular, am looking forward to. Anna Arundel's offense against Catonsville's defense, which this season, as we pause 1 second, James Anderson having trouble corralling that. Here's a chance. Ooh, that's definitely going to get a call. And a yellow card. A yellow card on Caleb Acano, as he threw his defender to the ground. That's going to be a penalty kick. So right off the bat, Anna Arundel with a chance to score as number 16, Namias Rubio, will take the shot. Not exactly the best best circumstance to be in. It's going to be up to Austin Thomas to make the save. Here's the shot. And Thomas was off target there. Goal for Anna Arundel. They take a 1-0 lead in the opening 2 minutes of play. So Namias Rubio with the penalty shot. And the Cardinals will have to play from behind as they have so much this season. Folks, just letting you know now, if you happen to see a giant bug appear across your camera lens, we got a little stink bug hanging out in the press box with us today. So
Rubio on the penalty kick. Rubio on the penalty kick at 1:08 first half. Anna Arundel 1, Catonsville 0.
chance here for Anna Arundel to try and extend the lead. Ball is going to be knocked out. Just pause right here. We're so there was a brief pause there as we were removing one of the screens from the windows to try and get a clear view. We had a stink bug that was just crawling on the screens there. And in the process of trying to get it out, we've decided to just take the screens out to give you folks at home a clear picture. So apologize for that little gap in commentary, but we're back underway. And Arundel's up 1-0, and this is going to be a big test for Catonsville's defense. This Catonsville defense, by the way, has played brilliantly this season. Yes, the team is 1-12-1, but they have still played incredible defense. Most of their games have been one-score affairs. They've only been blown out once or twice, and those blowouts are the really bad ones I'm talking about, like 7-0 or 8-0. Every other game has been within just a few goals. So Catonsville's defense, they have given some of the better teams in Region 20 a bit of difficulty, as Austin Thomas with a nice save there. However, with that being said, this Catonsville defense is coming in a bit shorthanded. You may have noticed in the starting lineups, I mentioned Connor Surrey getting the start, his first start of the season. Well, there's a reason for that. Paul Catafalmo, who normally starts on defense for the Cardinals and has emerged as one of their best defenders, known for his hyper-aggressive style of play, as here's Alec Britton getting it to Khalid Minte, giving the Cardinals a chance. Paul Catafalmo is out with an ankle injury. He is not available for this game, and that puts Catonsville at a bit of a disadvantage. However, the offense looking good here as we get back to the action. Eric Velasquez finds Miranda. Cardinals might not be able to. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, they're going to rule it went out of bounds before Rubio could scoop it up. So Catonsville gets another chance. This is just what the Cardinals need. They need opportunities to go their way. This is how they were able to beat Northern Virginia, with a combination of getting some lucky breaks and also their defense continuing to do what it does all season. And that is played brilliantly. But the offense has really showed up in the last month, and head coach Kingsley Onwuka is very encouraged. Mike Miranda trying to get a shot, and he is not exactly pleased with Sharif Haidara there. Apparently Haidara was not in the right place. So a chance for the Cardinals there is going. It is gone. We've got about 40 minutes to go here. First 5 minutes have ticked away in the first half. As I previously mentioned in the pregame show, as Catonsville's defense is going to get a stop here. Velasquez kicks it back to Thomas. As I mentioned in our little pregame intro, there is the reason this game is being played here at 4 instead of the usual 5 for these games, we do have a high school football contest that will be taking place in our stadium. So, Catonsville, we had to move it up a little bit. It's okay. You folks get to see some soccer a bit earlier than usual. No harm, no foul. And hey, if you're here in person, stick around and watch some football afterwards. The other kind of football. Defense comes up with the big stop there, but it looks like we're going to get a corner kick, and we will. And I believe that's number 2, Stephen Lano, who will take the kick. Lano out of Annapolis, Maryland. Actually, he's going to hand off kicking duties to Nemias Rubio instead. Rubio has been doing a lot on the field so far for the Riverhawks. 1-0 score. Riverhawks trying to extend it. Rubio's kick is up and off target. Bounced up, headed away by Anderson. Riverhawks will get another chance, but that shot is way off target. And Austin Thomas will give us a goal kick. You can tell the signs of a football game coming up after us are everywhere. We just had a large party of what looked like some high schoolers came in, and also we've got what appears to be a team mom setting up homecoming banners for the designated home team tonight. Back to the action. Here's Caleb Acano playing a little more offense than usual. Normally, Caleb is back on the defensive foot. That ball goes out of bounds. Caleb's going to drop back into the defensive position and hand off throw-in duties to Eduardo Lopez. Shout out to Eduardo Lopez. Beginning of the season, he played in more of a bench role, but started to play more after Brenton Hartman went down with an injury, and he has quietly blossomed into a solid player for the Cardinals. Still searching for that first career goal, however. Maybe he'll get one tonight. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Chance for the Cardinals? No, that one is broken up. Dominique Breeden for the Riverhawks got ahead of it. Maybe not. Mike Miranda with the steal. Goes to Haidara. Haidara tries to find Minte. He's got to beat his man. He can't, but it's going to roll out of bounds. And possession is going to stick with the Cardinals as I just threw my pin across the press box. And I get handed the wrong pin back. Thanks, Larry. There was another pin that was right there. Eric Velasquez will throw in. He finds Mike Miranda. Dangerous throw in position. Riverhawks are going to break that play up. And now here is a chance. Thank you, Larry. Number 19, Malik Williamson, who leads the Riverhawks with shots, trying to break free of James Anderson. And he is going to. That was impressive. Akano trying to break it up. Goes to Sims. Hydera. Cardinals trying to break loose. They're going to get it to Mente. Mente finds Velasquez. Velasquez back to Mente. Mente will. Looking for options. This Riverhawks defense almost as good as Catonsville's. Ball went out of bounds. Possession will go to the Cardinals. Riverhawks defense is almost as good as Catonsville's. They have allowed very few goals. So this truly is a battle between an unstoppable force and a immovable object in terms of the two defenses. As here's Mike Miranda, basically triple teamed. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to give possession to the Riverhawks. Ball bouncing up. Alec Britton, Hydera. Tries to go to Lopez, but Lopez ran past it. That's the third or fourth time in this game that a Catonsville player has ran past his assignment. Collision there between Lopez and Lano. And they're going to flag Lopez for that. And here comes a free kick for the Riverhawks. Free kick is intercepted by Sims. Here's Breeden. Breeden finds Rubio. Riverhawks trying to set up a play here. Connor Surrey will knock that one out of bounds. And actually, no, they're going to roll. The Riverhawks did. Good to see Surrey on the field. It's his first action of the season. He's been a bench player much of the year. Finally getting a chance to show what he can do. Surrey will toss it in. And his throw-in is immediately knocked out of bounds by Alec Britton. Bit of a miscommunication there. About 35 minutes to go here in the first half. It is 1-0 Anne Arundel. Collision there between Hydera. Cardinals going to try and break up this play. James Anderson trying to play it close. Does not want to get yellow carded. And that's Abu Diallo, number 18, who has entered the game, who breaks up that play. And Diallo might have gotten hit in the chest. He is hobbling a bit. Riverhawks are going to get another shot here deep in Catonsville territory. We'll see what they can do. Shot there by number 9, Leighton Calzado, goes out of bounds and behind the net. So Austin Thomas will get another goal kick. As soon as he decides which of the two balls that have been tossed to him he'll use. Here's Mike Miranda. Miranda shoots it through to Diallo. Broken up, but Miranda's there to get the rebound. Finds Velasquez. Velasquez over the middle towards Sims. Sims wasn't there yet. It's been a common trope in this game so far. Cardinals players not being where they need to be or being ahead of where they need to be. Hopefully that's an issue that can be ironed out as the game progresses. It's still early. Now the Riverhawks, some good teamwork. Nice passes by Anne Arundel. Except that last pass, a little too much power, and Austin Thomas was able to scoop it up before anybody got there. Now a chance for Catonsville. Well, one Anne Arundel player was looking around for a penalty there. Here's Sharif Hydera. Could not get to Alec Britton in time. Ball is batted back. Or is it? Cardinals trying to break it up. Sims is pass deflected off the chest of, I believe that's, collision. Sims and Calzado go down hard as I was checking my notes to see who that last player was. And it's going to be another free kick here for Arundel. Free kick taken by Breeden, knocked up. Thomas, another save. Also Thomas, 78 saves on the year coming into this game. Been a very nice bright spot for the Cardinals in what has been a difficult season. Still, plenty of momentum for Catonsville. Coming off their first win of the year. They had a bit of a break because they had 2 home games canceled in a row, one due to weather, the other due to a team not being able to field enough players, which is something that does happen at this level. Evan Sims breaks up that play, and Anne Arundel player is a bit confused. It was number 10, Sam Adams, who threw his hands up in disbelief like, how did that not work? There are about 5 Cardinals defenders in the area. That probably explains it. Mike Miranda, good play to steal away the ball. Now Miranda, double-teamed, got to get out of it, squirts it out to Khalid Mente. Mente finds Sims. Bit of a wonky pass to Britton, but it works. Now Britton down to Abu Diallo. He's got to beat number 4. That's Rafael Arias. Here's Britton. Mente tries to find Miranda. Miranda probably wasn't ready for it. Now Hydera can't beat Calzado to the ball, or can he? No. James Anderson with a deflection out of bounds. Possession will stick with the Riverhawks. So another good look for the Cardinals there, but they just couldn't get anything out of it. It's been one of the big issues that Catonsville has faced this season. They've had plenty of chances, especially in the second half of the season as their offense has warmed up. The problem has been they just have not been able to finish. Now the Riverhawks on the offensive. Sam Adams, double-teamed. Decides to let his defense have some fun. Here is a chance. Anderson breaks that up as he deflects number 24, Connor Pollock's shot. Now Anderson boxed into a corner. His own pass is deflected, and it will go out of bounds. And they're going to give it to Catonsville, yes. Thought for a second there they might be giving it over to Anne Arundel. No, they are not. Anne Arundel's going to get a chance here to reset. Here's Breeden. Trying to get to Calzado, overshoots. Mente with the steal. Oh, and he gets shoved to the ground. Referee didn't like that, so a free kick coming up for Catonsville. Eric Velasquez will take it. I want to say that was revenge for the earlier shove that got a yellow card for the Cardinals and resulted in the first goal of the game. Catonsville has found themselves in several situations this season where they've been playing teams that normally it would just be a normal game, but it does not end up being a normal game. And I say that because Catonsville has found themselves in a situation where they have been, oh, we got an injured player down. Hold that thought. That actually was going to be what I was going to say. Catonsville has had several games this year where they have suffered injuries as a result of the opposing teams playing them a bit rougher than usual, and a lot of that has been because the Cardinals find themselves in a situation where their defense is so frustrating to play against, because, to be honest, it really is, that their players take the brunt. And I believe that, oh, man, that is Connor Surrey who is down, and that is heartbreaking. First career start, first action of the season, and Connor Surrey is down. He is back on his feet, and he looks to be okay. That's good to see. Again, Catonsville, they have found themselves in this situation many times this season. They're playing a team that normally comes into this stadium thinking we can beat this team easily. They're the worst team in the conference, only to find themselves struggling to even score goals. And as a result, play tends to get a bit rough. Players get frustrated. They tend to make some mistakes. Mistakes oftentimes can result in players getting hurt. And Catonsville, they found themselves in that situation this year. Now they find themselves in a situation where they could get points out of it. Don't want to jinx it as Abu Diallo struggles to keep balance as he loses possession of the ball. And now it's a race Good play there by Caleb Akano. Surrey now is just going to knock it out of bounds. He saw no other option, probably for the best. We've got 28 minutes exactly to go in the first half. Calzado coming out as into the game comes number 20. That's Terrence Espinal out of Stevenson, Maryland. There was one other substitute, trying to see who that was. I believe that's number 8, Matthew Sutter, re-entering the game. Cardinals haven't made a ton of substitutions. Abu Diallo is the only player who's come in to replace Eduardo Lopez. Now, Anne Arundel on the attack. Here's Sutter. Ball knocked up. Good chance there. There was a collision, and we have a Anne Arundel player down as he gets back to his feet, or at least tries to. Austin Thomas collided with, I think, I'm trying to see what the number was. That's number 24, Connor Pollock. So Pollock and Thomas collided there. They both went down. Thomas hopped back on his feet, but Pollock took his time getting back up. A little concerning to see, but he's back, gives the thumbs up to his coach, it looks like. We're all set to go as Thomas with another goal kick. Score still 1-0 here, 27 minutes to go in the first half. Now Thomas probably going to see some action right off the bat. Well, no, we have... Was that offsides, I think? I believe that was offsides called there against Anne Arundel. Either offsides or a handball. Could not see exactly what the call was. Regardless, Catonsville with another chance. Akano backtracking a bit. Catonsville notably has switched up their defensive scheme for this game. With Paul Catafalmo on the bench, they've gone from having a traditional 4-man defensive line to just 3. That's being Akano, James Anderson, and Eric Velasquez. Normally, Paul Catafalmo is back there with them, but instead, with him out, they've moved Connor Surrey to the midfield to give them better two-way protection. And both teams trading the ball back and forth here. As Espinal misses that pass, and Catonsville will get another shot. Series of passes for Catonsville. Into with Akano. Tries to find Alec Britton, but instead it's going to go out of bounds. Catonsville will retain possession, though. Good chance here for Minte. No. Wasn't able to get there in time. Alec Britton's pass sailed right over his head and out of bounds. Instead, it'll be a goal kick here for Edgar Garcia. Sutter will throw in and immediately get the ball back. And now it's a chase. Espinal. Covered by Velasquez. Trying to beat around him. Over the middle, deflected by Anderson. Good deflection, but it's picked up. Nope, deflected again. It's one of the more difficult things about calling soccer. The action happens so fast. And now here's Mike Miranda trying to beat his man. Can't get past Breeden. Abu Diallo comes in to try and help. Miranda tiptoes on the sideline, gets it, and tries to find Diallo. He does find Diallo, but Abu is triple teamed. He goes down. No whistle. And now Anne Arundel back on the attack. They make some excellent passes here. I say that as that pass goes wide and misses Pollock. Picked up by Akano. Now Catonsville back on the attack. Here's Miranda. Down to the near side of the pitch in Minte. He goes back to Hydera. Hydera to Anderson. Anderson up to Sims. Sims over to Akano. Akano waiting for an option. Pursued by Pollock, goes to Sims. Sims with an interesting play there. He pointed in the direction of Velasquez, but instead went back to Anderson. Now Anderson over to Minte. Minte breaks through his defenders. He's got to be quick. Nice play there by Minte. There's a collision, and they are going to give a foul there to Minte. Minte collided with number 4, Rafael Arias. So the Cardinals are going to lose this possession. And unfortunately, we're back to square one once again. About 22 and a half minutes to go here in the first half. Breeden motions for somebody to move in closer, finds Sutter. Sutter down the near side of the pitch, goes in the direction of Espinal. Going to be close, goes out of bounds. Catonsville will take over possession. Espinal has shown speed, but not that much speed on that last possession. Now Velasquez with a risky pass over the heads down the sideline. Bounced up. Abu Diallo gets shoved to the ground. No penalty, no foul. And now the Riverhawks back on the assault. There goes a collision. Ref says no foul. Another collision. Ref says no foul. Play's getting scrappy here as we've reached about the halfway point of this first half as the ball sails out of bounds there, and it should be a corner kick coming up for the Riverhawks. As a wave of substitutions are coming in, among them for the Cardinals, trying to see who that is. I believe that is that Abdul Lom? Yeah, yes. Number 12, Abdul Lom, who scored the very first goal of the season for the Cardinals. In corner kick, knocked up. And over the goal. I paused for a second there because it looked like it went in, but no. Headed over the goal. Cardinals with a bit of a lucky break. And Arundel back on the attack here. Or at least they were. They still will be. They're ruling Catonsville had last possession there. Riverhawks back on the attack. Catonsville's defense trying to come up with a stop. That's Akano. Maybe not. Deep shot. Way off target there by Rubio. So the Cardinals escape yet again with 19 minutes to go. Anderson's pass down to Miranda on the near side. Got to be careful. Oh, just went out of bounds as Eric Velasquez was on it. Now Anna Arundel once again with possession. Mike Miranda looking a little confused there as he's the last to touch it. He's arguing, no, I wasn't. Velasquez, interception. Knocks it out. Cardinals trying to gain possession, but they just can't seem to. Austin Thomas will come out of net to make a stop. Now Alec Britton fighting for possession, keeping possession. Kicks it down for Miranda. Miranda heads it up. Abdulome backtracks trying to get a hand on it. Miranda breaking away. Covered by 3 men, not getting a lot of support, but he's trying to break through. And it's knocked away by the Riverhawks. Nobody was really in possession there to help out Miranda. Closest one was Alec Britton. Here's a chance for the Riverhawks. Header. Goal. Leighton Calzado makes it 2-0. Anne Arundel with the header. So Leighton Calzado with the goal, Terrence Espinal on the assist. It's 2-0 Anne Arundel.
At 34 minutes, 39 seconds of the first half, Anne Arundel goal scored by number 9, Leighton Calzado. Give the assist to 20, Terrence Espinal. Time of the goal, 34-49. Anne Arundel 2, Catonsville 0.
Now the Cardinals desperately need a response here, down 2-0 in the first. And there's still a big chunk of time left to play here in the first. Hidera trying to get a steal. Lacano will knock that one out of bounds, but it does put the Riverhawks in prime position. Anne Arundel trying to find an opening. Miranda, nice backwards kick, but it goes right to Anne Arundel instead. And it will roll out of bounds, giving a goal kick for Austin Thomas. Stands are starting to fill up nicely, mostly with fans of North County High School as the upcoming homecoming game. I believe it's North County and Western. Excuse me. Got my schools confused there. Western Tech fans are starting to fill in our stands as they get ready for their homecoming game tonight. Coming up right after this. Sutter on the breakaway. Tries to get Mo Sari, but he wasn't there in time. Ball will go out of bounds. And it will be a corner kick for Anne Arundel.
Corner kick, Anne Arundel.
And they will use that corner kick for just a short dribble out. And weren't able to get in position just yet. Maybe. Here's Calzado. Deep pass. Oh, Austin Thomas with a deflection. It bounces off the crossbar of our net and then off the crossbar of the field goal of the uprights right above it. See what the ruling there is going to be. I think it's going to be another corner kick for Anne Arundel.
Corner kick, Anne Arundel.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. I believe what they ruled there is that Austin Thomas deflected it. It bounced, deflected it out of bounds because it hit the crossbar for the uprights. That corner kick attempt just sails out of bounds. So Catonsville escapes, but it's still 2-0. Bit of an odd ruling. I don't think I've ever seen something like that before. Truly, it went from Austin Thomas's glove off the crossbar of the goal, bounced off the crossbar of the uprights, deflected back off the crossbar, and then landed back in bounds. And I guess they're going to rule that since it got tipped out of bounds, technically, another corner kick. Catonsville now has not had the ball on Anne Arundel's side of the field in about 5 minutes. And I spoke too soon there. Eric Velasquez. Wide open Abu Diallo. Maybe. Diallo trying to break free. And they are going. Diallo is down. This could be a foul call, maybe more. It's going to be a free kick for the Cardinals deep in Anne Arundel territory. Evan Sims and Eric Velasquez figuring out who's going to take the kick. It'll be Sims. Good placement. Headed up, see where it lands. Cardinals struggling. Sims with the kick. Was it deflected? No. Goal kick for Anne Arundel. Cardinals lose that chance. About 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Gainesville down 2-0 to Anne Arundel. Abdulone with the deflection. Found by Miranda. Miranda to Diallo. Back to Miranda. Oh! Miranda overextended there and landed on his knee awkwardly. He's okay, walking. Good to see. So a bit of an interesting situation just occurred there. There was a foul call. Gainesville's going to get possession and a free kick. And the ref also had some words with one of the Anne Arundel players who kicked the ball in frustration. I believe that was number 12, Lisandro Tuchez Martinez. First time we've seen him today. It's Evan Sims with the free kick. And it is headed away back into possession of Calzado, trying to get past Velasquez. Calzado. Taken away by Lopez. Lopez to John Klasik, who's checked into the game. Taken away once again by the Riverhawks. Now Anne Arundel on the attack. Anderson breaks it up. Thomas dives for the save, but dive wasn't necessary. Martinez's shot was off target. Ten minutes to go here in the first half. It's 2-0 Anne Arundel. Catonsville looking for an answer. John Klasik exiting the game now as Alec Britton returns. Also exiting the game, number 10, Sam Adams. Trying to see who replaced him for Anne Arundel, but I don't think I can. Shadows are starting to creep up on the field. It's about 4:40 p.m. As I believe they're going to get Anne Arundel for offsides there. Velasquez will take the free kick. Catonsville desperate for an answer here in the closing minutes of this first half. Don't know if they're going to get one, as they've struggled to take possession. Here's Anderson. The scrum continues, both teams struggling to find the ball. It will sail out of bounds, but possession's going to stick with Arundel. Catonsville player is going to go down. There's going to be a foul called on that. Seeing who it is. That was Evan Sims, number 15. Sims got battered big time in one of Catonsville's previous matchups this season at home, to the point that he even had a burst blood vessel in his chest. Thankfully, he's okay. He's still playing. That was a game where Catonsville was dealing with, forget exactly who they were playing that game, because there were so many like it, where the Cardinals got into these big physical matchups, which it did with several players on the bench. Another chance there for the Cardinals, broken up by Arundel's defense. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. And Austin Thomas got to be careful. He will be as he breaks up that play. Collision of Rias looking for a flag. There is none. Or a whistle, excuse me. Now Akano down to Britton. Britton. Risky pass over the middle in the direction of Loam. Can Abdu get there in time? Yes. He gets knocked out of bounds, however. And Arundel will take possession. Coming to the final 6 minutes of the first half. Here's Abdu Loam on the breakaway with the steal. Loam's pass is blocked. Mike Miranda with another risky overextension there. Maybe Catonsville gets back. Ooh, collision there. James Anderson and Martinez both go down. Oh, excuse me. That was Malik Williamson, number 19. Did not see the number clearly. And they're going to rule a foul there on Williamson and will give possession back to the Cardinals. Eric Velasquez, the one of just 2 sophomore players on the Cardinals roster, excuse me, will take the free kick here. 5.5 minutes to go. Velasquez's free kick headed up by Lopez. And Arundel with possession now. That's 11. Juan DiNardo. DiNardo running into a bit of an issue here with Hydera, but he's able to get away from him. Now DiNardo. A chance. DiNardo's shot is partially deflected and a good save by Austin Thomas. Under 5 minutes to go. Ball goes out of bounds. There's a little wave of substitutions going here for Arundel as number 14, Diego Gonzalez, checks into the game. Arundel does have some late scratches, should mention. Roberto Colon, Elias Jones, and John Kenny all not appearing in this game as they have been ruled out. Also, one player, Mason Switzer, not present at the moment. Coach mentioned when talking to him before he's been taken off the roster. And Arundel on the assault once again. Riverhawks with a chance. I believe that's Pollock who loses control. They're going to call the Cardinals on that one, though. That was Pollock. About 3 minutes to go. Just about 3 minutes. Free kick coming up for Anne Arundel. See if they can extend their lead as they head into half. Free kick is deflected. Catonsville will try and keep possession. Emphasis on the word try because they have struggled immensely in this game to do that. They will gain possession here with just about 2 minutes to go as Lopez will toss in. Lopez throws in, headed up by Anne Arundel. Breeden. And the Riverhawks defense going to try and reset. Maybe not. Miranda to Britton. He's open. He shoots. Oh, and he just misses. And he can't believe it. Britton and Mike Miranda both on the ground, pounding the ground in frustration. Well, hold up. That was Mike Miranda who was doing that. Alec Britton is still down. And it looks like the ref might be giving a foul on Breeden for that. There was a bit of a collision as Britton tried to make his shot, which is why it went wide. But I don't think they're going to give a free kick to Catonsville. That's unfortunate. We've got just about a minute to go, give or take 10 seconds. Cardinals coming off their best chance of the game to score, and now Anne Arundel's going to get possession.
1 minute now remaining first half.
And folks, if I sound a little annoyed, I'm trying to keep my bias in as a commentator, but I just can't believe that they didn't give a free kick to Catonsville in that situation because Alec Britton got a little bit manhandled out there, for lack of a better term. It just feels just a tad unfair, is what I'm saying. Then again, the refs are there on the field. They had a better view of it. I'll take their judgment. About 30 seconds to go. Can Anne Arundel extend their lead here? They're already up 2-0. Or will Catonsville pull off a miracle here that gives them momentum heading into the second half? They've boxed in Sutter. They've knocked him out of bounds. 10 seconds left. It looks like it's going to be a 2-0 ball game. Here comes a corner kick to end the half. And that will result in no points. 2-0 is the score as we head to the half. Anne Arundel leads Catonsville.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We are back for the start of the second half this afternoon. The score 2-0 in favor of Arundel. They lead Catonsville. 45 minutes to go to decide it, the penultimate home game of the season. First half, well, Arundel struck first off a penalty kick by Namias Rubio. And then Leighton Calzado got his 6th goal of the season off a header, thanks to an assist from Terrence Espinal, making it a 2-0 ball game. And the way that Catonsville struggled to keep possession in this game, it might stick as a 2-0 match. Cardinals taking their time getting back out on the field. A frustrating first half. They had a very good chance to score right at the end, but Alec Britton was tripped on the way to before he could make his shot. No call by the ref. So now, the question is, can Catonsville
kick off the second half? They'll be moving right to left for those of you in the stands. Catonsville moving left to right.
Now the question is, will Catonsville be able to forge a comeback, or will Arundel finish off their season with their 9th win of the year? 45 minutes, we will figure out what the answer to that will be. Riverhawks will kick off. Malik Williamson kicks it away, and we're underway. And right off the bat, the Riverhawks on the attack with Calzado. Akano knocks it out over to Hernandez. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, but Hernandez does get to keep possession. He finds Calzado. Calzado finds Sam Adams. Devon Lionel. His pass goes deep, and Eric Velasquez will intercept. A couple of players who started the game for the Riverhawks that didn't get a lot of action, now seeing some. Ball was mostly kept on the near side of the pitch, but now that things have been switched up, a bit easier for Riverhawks to get some of those players in a position. Speaking of which, here's Hernandez with a chance. Pass across the middle, deflected by Haidara. Hernandez gets it back, tries to get to Calzado, but he has to back up just a bit. Riverhawks trying to find some tempo here in the opening minute. Williamson with the shot. Thomas, nice save. Arias will send it back to Garcia. So Arundel can reset. Garcia has not seen a lot of action. Only really had one major save, which came right at the end of the first half. Riverhawks breaking away. Here's Arias. Bit of a jersey grab there by Jason Blanco, and they are going to call him for that. Two-handsy for Jason. And Arundel will get a free kick. Arias will take it. He's going to reposition the ball back just a bit, away from the midfield line. And Arias' free kick up. Knocked away by Haidara. Back to Sutter. Collision out of bounds into the Catonsville sideline. That was Alec Britton, and it looks like he may have landed on concrete. He's okay, though. Or is he? He is back on his knees, struggling to get back to his feet. That not looking good. Ref checking out and make sure he's okay. He still adjusting his knees there. There's a big collision there, and Britton went flying almost into the sidelines. And I think actually hit the concrete. Here's Hernandez. Trying to find Williamson for an opening, but Caleb Akano inserts himself there and gets the breakup. Ball will bounce out of bounds. Possession sticks with the Riverhawks. Steven Lano finds Williamson, breaks it away from Lopez, and they're going to call Williamson for a foul. He was getting grab. He got a little too grabby with the hands, and Lopez will get a free kick. Lopez is going to think about it here. Gainesville has struggled to keep possession on free kicks. Here's Surrey. Blanco. Double teamed. Gets knocked to the ground. Cardinals keep possession. Minte. Risky pass, and it's going to be headed out of bounds for a Catonsville corner kick.
Corner kick, Catonsville.
Corner kick is headed away by Arias, but Catonsville will keep possession, it looks like. Here's Anderson, who has scored 2 goals this season. That play is broken up by the Riverhawks. And now Arundel with the momentum. They still have the momentum. Calzado breaks away from Sims, goes down to Williamson. Williamson loses track, and Austin Thomas is able to cover it. Now the Riverhawks with another chance here. Not if Caleb Akano has anything to say about it, as he breaks up that play. And Akano keeping the momentum. And, well, at least he had the momentum until Arias snatched it up. Shot deflected by Thomas. Good stop there by Thomas. Not too often that you see the goalie make a save like in that manner. But good play here by Catonsville. And maybe some more. Britton trying to find Miranda. Too much power on the pass. Ball is going to roll to Breeden. Trying to beat Miranda. Ooh, Alec Britton. Nice move there. Giving Catonsville some momentum here. Haidara. Maybe something here for the Cardinals. Here's Britton. He had a chance in the first. Taken away. Britton shot. Goal! Alec Britton gets revenge for that miss in the first, and it's a 1-goal game. And suddenly a hush comes over this surprisingly Anne Arundel crowd, as Alec Britton has just put this game in striking range for the Cardinals. I don't think so. That right there is the improvement of the Catonsville offense. They went nearly 10 games without scoring a goal early in the season, and now I believe they have scored goals in 3 straight games. That's a new record for them.
Catonsville goal scorer number 10, Alex Britton, unassisted at 7:55. Alec Britton with the goal at 7:55, second half. Anne Arundel 2, Catonsville 1.
So after that goal by Alec Britton, it's 2-1 now, and the Cardinals maybe have a chance. Could be. They first got to stop this chance by Steven Lano, and they will. Oh, well, nope. They're going to get James Anderson on the foul there. Anderson trips up Lano, and that could be, if that was inside the box. It's going to be a penalty kick, second one of the game. And it looks like the same player who took the first half penalty kick, Namias Rubio, will take the second one. Let's see if Austin Thomas can make the stop. He will not. Namias Rubio answers quickly for Anne Arundel. It's 3-1.
Anne Arundel goal scorer number 16, Namias Rubio, unassisted on the penalty kick. Time of the goal, 9:35, second half. Anne Arundel 3, Catonsville 1.
3-1 the score now. With just about 35 minutes to go, so the opening 10 minutes of the second half been frantic for both teams. See if Catonsville can respond. Might have a chance. Here's Sharif Hydera looking for an opening. He's got a wall of Riverhawks in front of him. He goes out to Khalid Mente, but Mente overshoots for Mike Miranda. Both he and Miranda showing visible frustration there that they were unable to make that play work. If Catonsville can get another goal here and keep up with Anne Arundel, they could set themselves up in a position to possibly, and that's a big possibly, make this one interesting. Lano finds Calzado. Calzado to Pollock. Defended by Akano. Pollock, his shot is partially deflected. It's going to roll out of bounds. Corner kick coming up for Anne Arundel. Wait, check that. Goal kick, excuse me. They're going to say that Pollock had last touch, so a goal kick instead by Austin Thomas. Got a little ahead of myself there. Alec Britton, nice header there. Catonsville trying to center it. Maybe. Here's Mike Miranda. He's got to break free. He's got Khalid Mente as backup. Mente down to Britton. Cardinals showing a little more composure on offense now, but Anne Arundel's defense playing tough. Britton to Miranda. Oh, Miranda tried to go back to Britton. Lopez tries to come in to keep the play alive. They will not get it. Anne Arundel breaks it up. Now the Riverhawks on the attack. And an opening for Lano. Got to beat Austin Thomas. He will not. Austin Thomas, his reflexes incredibly quick. Before I had even finished that last sentence, he had already covered it up. Collision near midfield. Calzado and Hydera both go down. They're back on their feet. Velasquez, his pass is way off target. And Garcia is going to set things up here for the Riverhawks. Here's Adams. Back to Lano. Back to Rubio. Lano trying to break past Akano. Won't get there in time. Now Alec Britton breaks up that play. Britton finds Sims. Sims, risky pass to Minte. Back to Britton. Britton's pass is deflected. Riverhawks regain possession. Here's Lionel. Pollock goes down. He was the intended target for Lionel. Pollock hobbling just a bit. It'll be another goal kick coming up for Austin Thomas. Lano weaving his way through traffic. Akano tries to break it up, but it goes right back to Lano. And Thomas is going to get some help there from the defense to stop that. Velasquez coming in to break up that play. Just a reminder, folks, we do have a homecoming football game coming up after this. Patapsco taking on homestanding Western Tech. Should be a good matchup. We got a nice sizable crowd who's come out here. Alec Britton just went down, but he's back on his feet. Good crowd out here today. One of the better crowds of the year we've seen. It's a little unfortunate that they're here for the football game and not just all out here in supporting of Catonsville, but we'll take what we can get. At least they get a nice show before their game starts. As now, there's been a pause in the action, waiting to see what it's for. Got several players on the ground. I think they're just adjusting their shoelaces. Let's see what's going on here. The ref walking over to James Anderson. Very curious to see what the ruling there was. Don't think it was offsides. It might have been something else. And Arundel is making some substitutions. I think they wanted to get the substitutions out of the way. I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on that. Stoppage play is over. Anderson finds Sims. Gainesville back on the attack, or at least they were. Calzado with the steal. Calzado over the middle. No go. Another chance. Espinal dishes to Calzado. Calzado to Rubio. Rubio to Lionel. Great save by Austin Thomas. Now here's Miranda. Finds Minte. Minte. Triple teamed. He's got to break three. His shot deflected by Arias. Minte goes down. Don't know if he's injured or just disgusted at what happened. Now Espinal with a chance. Well, he won't get it as Kano breaks it up. Just about halfway through this second half. We've got, appears to be about 28 minutes to go, give or take. collision there between Sims and Lionel. They exchange words, still barking at each other. And I think they're going to rule Lionel, give the foul to Lionel. So it'll be a, or what? Nope, they're going to give the foul to Sims, it looks like. They're going to give the foul to Sims, but they were, the ref was telling Lionel to they're still barking at each other. Ref came over to tell Lionel to calm down. They're going to give the free kick to Arundel. Foul was on Sims. Hernandez will take the kick. He goes directly to Lionel, heads it up. Arias with a chance. Nope. Boxed in by Catonsville. Or maybe not. Calzado, no. Cardinals defense was there. Surrey with the stop. That's a good look for him. Now the Cardinals will be on the assault here. Shot, block. Oh, good save by Garcia. That's that's about the third time today he's actually had to make a move there. And that's a good save. Now Calzado pinched in by the Cardinals. And there will be a foul called against Catonsville, so now another chance for Arundel. See what Arundel can do here. Lano. Shot. Nice save by Thomas. He's made a couple of those today. Truth be told, Arundel has only scored once in a true offensive possession. The other two scores came off of Nemias Rubio penalty kicks. Only once purely on offense did Arundel get a score. That was Leighton Calzado. Outside of that, solid day for Austin Thomas, all things considered. Hasn't been a great defensive performance that the Cardinals usually have, but it has still been good. Holding a high-scoring team like Arundel to 3 goals, nothing to cry about. Problem is now they just need to get their offense working. Catonsville looking a little exasperated here. Calzado. Shot, no, off target. He did get tripped up a bit. And we're going to get a corner kick, as they're going to rule that a Catonsville player was the last to touch it. So corner kick for Arundel.
Corner kick, Arundel.
Good chance here for Arundel to try and extend their lead. They already are up 3-1. They won't get it. Oh, wait, hold up. Good block by Abu Diallo. I think he used the side of his head. Arundel still with a chance. Arias, shot. Blocked by Thomas. 24 minutes to go here in the second half. It's 3-1 Arundel. Shadows have now fallen over most of the field. It's a little chilly out there, but still pretty nice weather. The Riverhawks took the lead early off of a Nemias Rubio penalty kick that extended their lead to 2-0 towards the end of the first half when Leighton Calzado headed in a pass from Terrence Espinal. Gainesville would respond early. Gainesville had a chance to score right at the end of the first half, but Alec Britton was tripped up. No whistle was blown by the refs. Britton got his revenge, though, with an unassisted goal early in the second half to make it 2-1. But another penalty shot. Hold that thought. Nice save by Austin Thomas. Deflecting that shot
Corner kick, Anne Arundel.
by Lisandro Tuchez Martinez. As I was saying, Anne Arundel once again jumped out to a two-goal lead thanks to another Namias Rubio penalty shot. And now they're going to get another chance here with a corner kick. Instead, it's going to be a little corner pass. Rubio. His pass is headed out of bounds. Anne Arundel has thoroughly controlled time of possession in this game. They have just been on it. Cardinals really haven't been able to get their offense in check. Haven't been able to get their offense flowing the right way, except for that one possession very early in this second half that led to Alec Britton's score. Outside of that, it has been another difficult day at the office for Catonsville's offense. The defense, they've done okay, all things considered, but not one of their best performances. About the third or fourth time now I've noticed an Anne Arundel player having to stop to tie his shoe. The little things you pick up on in games like this that you normally wouldn't. Cardinals are in possession, as here's Abu Diallo, who almost had to go out of bounds. Now Diallo trying to find Miranda, but the pass is deflected. Cardinals offense has had some looks this second half, but not as many. Hold up, Evan Sims tries a pass, but it's deflected. It does go out of bounds after touching a Anne Arundel player, though, so Catonsville will keep possession. Bit of an awkward position for Evan Sims to be in there. Normally, Sims mostly stays on the defensive side of things, doesn't get involved offensively that much, which is why, perhaps, he found himself in uncharted territory. But he's gotten Catonsville into a pretty solid position here. Surrey throws into Miranda, passes it back to Mente, and he was not able to get the shot off in time. Garcia is able to calmly scoop it up. He dishes it out to Arias. Arias, down the sideline, cannot see who the number is there. Doesn't matter, it goes back to Arias. There's number 12. Now Anne Arundel's defense having to reset here. Breeden, deep pass in the direction of Espinal, picked up instead by Catonsville. Alec Britton goes down. No whistle. Ref nearly trips over Britton. Alec Britton's probably going to be seeing the refs in his nightmares. He's had several plays where he's been knocked down. Here's Miranda trying to find Sims. Sims! Oh, if only there was a Cardinals player there that may have worked. I think the ball might have gone out of bounds just before Sims shot it. Garcia had come out of net to try and get the block. If there was a Catonsville player there, that would be a goal, and it would be a one-goal game. It did go out of bounds first. Our PA announcer, Mr. Richard Keller, just informed me. By the way, shout out to the people working in the booth with me tonight. Richard Keller, as I mentioned, on the PA tonight for us. And co-worker Larry working the camera, as always. Good job, Larry. That came out a little awkward, Larry. I apologize. I'm trying. A big thank you to everybody here at CCBC Catonsville who helps put these games on. And also, big thank you and support to those who are going to be sticking around just a little bit longer to set up for tonight's tonight's football game, as Larry points to himself here in the booth. Riverhawks with another chance. Rubio finds Sorry. And sorry, he missed. I really wanted to use that pun with his last name. I apologize if that came out very corny, like a dad joke. But when I was talking to Anne Arundel's head coach, trying to get the pronunciations for the names, and saw that his name was Mo Sorry, I knew immediately, oh, this poor kid. I have to make a pun with his last name. All due respect to these athletes, though. It's just sometimes when a name comes up with that pronunciation, you have to pull a dad joke in the middle of the broadcast. Anyway, let's bring it back to professional level here. Mike Miranda boxed into the corner, gets away, but he got tied up there with Arias, and they're going to give the ball to the Riverhawks. Refs not pleased with that move by Miranda. Wait a second. No, they're going to give it to Catonsville. Okay. They're going to get Arias there for getting a little aggressive. Or are they? It's a corner kick. Okay. Corner kick for Catonsville with 18 minutes to go in the second half. So another chance for the Cardinals to try and even the score a bit. And it's going to be Alec Britton taking the corner kick. See what happens, folks, when these games have kind of uneventful stretches like that. We start talking about stuff that we probably shouldn't. Here's Alec Britton with the corner kick. And it is immediately deflected, and Evan Sims misses the rebound. Sims gets tripped up with Davis Bosley. It's the first time we've seen him today. Bosley did not start this game. He actually was tied coming into this game with Lyle Calzado for the most goals on the season for the Riverhawks with 5. Well, Calzado made it a one-man race in that department by scoring his 6th goal of the season earlier tonight. So now Bosley has to settle for second, and I believe he's the only man left with 5 goals. Well, here he is. Bosley finds Martinez. Martinez shot way wide through the uprights for a field goal, but we're not playing that kind of football just yet. That football's coming up in about an hour or so. So Arundel jumped a bit ahead of themselves there. And for longtime viewers, yes, I continue my streak of making a joke of somebody scoring a field goal in almost every home game that I have called for Catonsville. Because inevitably it will happen. 16 and a half minutes to go here in the second half. It is 3-1 Arundel over Catonsville. Cardinals trying to either pull out a miracle or at least a respectable finish. Good play by Caleb Acano there. Slide tackle to break it up. Lionel to Hernandez. Hernandez to Martinez. Broken up by the Cardinals. Here's Sharif Haidara. Finds Miranda over to Britton. Britton passes in the direction of Miranda, and he wasn't there yet. Dominique Breeden breaks it up. Ooh, Alec Britton tried to get fancy there. It didn't exactly work. Stolen away by Hernandez. Hernandez to Martinez. Martinez. Shot was way off and goes out of bounds. I think he was trying to get to Mo Sari, but couldn't get there in time. Or at least Sari couldn't get there in time. Evan Sims out of the game at the moment. He's checked out as Abu Diallo comes back in for the Cardinals. Diallo did not get the start tonight. Normally he does start for the Cardinals, but Catonsville had to make a series of changes due to the injury of Paul Catafalmo, one of their top defenders. And again, we do miss Paul Catafalmo being out there. His hyper-aggressiveness has made him a lot of fun to watch. Here's a chance for Bosley. Bosley shot, deflected, rebound knocked up by Williamson, and amazingly stays in bounds. Another chance for Bosley. Bosley stolen away by Acano. He knocks it down the near side to Miranda. And Miranda's got, well, he had daylight, but he was knocked to the ground by Hernandez. No whistle again. Miranda, another chance, stolen away by Lionel. Lionel to Martinez. Martinez tries to find Sari, but he gets knocked to the ground. Or tripped. Hard to tell. He was double-teamed. Now Sari trying to steal it away from Abu Diallo, but he's just not big enough. And there is going to be a foul called on Sari. Resisting the urge to make another pun there. As Connor Surrey will take the free kick. Gainesville with another chance. At least they had one there. Hutter knocks it away. Ooh, big collision between Haidara and I believe Sari. Possession will stick with the Riverhawks. 13 minutes to go in the second half. Arundel, 13 minutes away from finishing their season with a 9-4 record. 8-4 in conference play. They've only played one out-of-conference game. Catonsville, 13 minutes away from potentially going to 1-13-1 on the season with one more game to play. Excuse me, 2 more games. It was supposed to be 1 more game, but the Cardinals had to reschedule a game with Cecil College. Folks, I'll take this time while we have this brief stoppage of play to just remind you, as we do have a corner kick coming up for Arundel. The game against Cecil College, the Seahawks, was supposed to be the home opener for the Cardinals. Rained out due to heavy rains, was rescheduled to early October, but we all remember what certain Hurricane Ian that was coming up the East Coast, so it got rescheduled again. Now it's going to be an away game, so Catonsville loses a home game. They do gain a save there. Nice play by Caleb Acano. So the Cardinals lose a home game, and instead will have to go on the road to play Cecil to finish off the season. So, not the greatest set of circumstances for the Cardinals, but you know what they say, third time is the charm. The Cardinals and Seahawks, by the way, have been waiting to play each other for over 2 months at this point, so it has been a long time coming. Bosley with the chance. Shot. Off target. And a corner kick coming up for Anne Arundel.
Corner kick, Anne Arundel.
Excuse me. Corner kick is up and knocked around in a bit of a scrum and kicked out of there by the Cardinals. Into the waiting cleats of Alec Britton. Britton down the sideline and has it swiped away by Hutter. And Hutter has it stolen away by Velasquez. Velasquez trying to find Abdul Loam. Breeden breaks it up. Now Minte with the chance, but he's being hounded by, that's number 25, Oscar Quintanilla. His first appearance of the game. Here's a shot in the direction of Minte, and Loam are both there. Maybe. Minte trying to find Loam, deflected out of bounds. And a corner kick should be coming up for the Cardinals.
Corner kick, Catonsville.
The crowd gathering for the football game has subsided a bit. I believe there's tailgating activities going on up in the parking lots, which could explain why it's suddenly gotten a bit thin in the stands. Catonsville's corner kick is saved by Garcia. And now, with under 10 minutes to play, Anne Arundel trying to close their season out. Williamson battling, loses track of it, taken away by Acano. Shout out to Caleb Acano. If I had to give a player of the match award to anybody, I think I have to give it to Acano. His aggression did lead to the goal of the game by the Riverhawks, but outside of that, he's played brilliantly defensively in this game. Made a ton of great saves, stolen the ball away. I'll give him my player of the game award for the defense. Offensively, it has to go to Alec Britton. Scored the only goal of the game, has had plenty of great looks, and has been toughing it out there despite having been knocked to the ground several times and also having several no calls. Again, not trying to be biased, but There were that one play towards the end of the first half was a bit concerning. Anyway, back to the action we go. And Arundel, by the way, have subbed in a lot of their backups and bench players. Include Marcus Whalen, who I'm seeing is making his first appearance. The freshman midfielder from Catonsville, number 3. Who I am noticing now has just entered the game. We're not getting updated about any substitutions like we usually are, which is why we're a little delayed. Whalen's kick is stopped by Thomas. Good kick, too. Good power. Thomas had been just a few inches shorter. That one might have been a little more difficult to make, but good stop by Thomas. 8 minutes to go here in the second half. And Catonsville looking for an opportunity. Minte tied up with Breeden, loses track. Garcia's got to act fast here and boots it in the direction of Bosley. And Bosley's going to have it knocked out of bounds. Possession's going to go to Catonsville. Lopez will toss it in. He tosses it back to Akano. Akano, deep shot. Here's Britton. Deep pass, way off target. Don't know if that was a shot or a pass by Britton, whichever one it was way off target. Garcia will trot over to get it. He is taking his time as we've reached the 7-minute mark. Now we're starting to see the crowd pick back up for the upcoming football game. We got a big crowd of what looks like high schoolers who have just walked in. Again, Western Tech and Patapsco game coming up after this. Arundel leads 3-1 here as we've got just under 7 minutes to go in the second half of the penultimate home game of the season for CCBC Catonsville Soccer. They have one home game left. That's against Harcum College coming up this Tuesday. And that'll be it. And then it's on to basketball in the winter for the Cardinals. Bosley trying to get through traffic, but stolen away by Akano. Man, he has been excellent today outside of that one slip-up, that yellow card in the first half. Minte. He's got an expanded role starting today. Minte, another player who normally plays on the bench, he started today, replacing Abu Diallo in the starting lineup. He's looked excellent today, too. A lot of great looks. Hasn't been able to finish. Here's Lopez. Over to Loam. Loam, shot blocked. Abdu did have the first goal of the season for the Cardinals all the way back in late August against Howard. Sims, his shot blocked. Cardinals will get another chance. No, they won't. Hutter knocks it away. And, oh, man, he does knock it away. That goes out of the stadium into the pine trees and into what we call the void. Because most balls that go back there, we never find. I'm kidding, of course. We do find them eventually. It takes some time to. That is a residential neighborhood back there. Five minutes to go here in the second half. And the Riverhawks are going to get a good chance. It is mostly a battle of backups out there, as head coach Kingsley Onwuka has sent in a lot of the bench players for this game in, withdrawing most of his starters. He's still got some key players out there, but guys like Mike Miranda are on the bench currently, probably cooling off after what's been a difficult game. Check that. Miranda actually is now back in the game. My apologies. Did not. Thought for a second he had been withdrawn. No, he's still in. It is mostly backups on the field now for the Riverhawks. Chris Colonel, number 18, by the way, just checked into the game out of Odenton, Maryland. 4 minutes to go. Riverhawks trying to extend to the lead here. Williamson trips up James Anderson, and that's going to be a foul. A yellow card. Yellow card for Malik Williamson. Second yellow card of the game. First one on Arundel for a nasty trip on James Anderson, and it will be a free kick. Kick is high, headed up multiple times. Seeing who comes down with it. Exactly 4 minutes to go. Minte. Chance. Oh, just a bit high. And Khalid Minte cannot believe it. Minte, the freshman from Ebo Town in the Gambia. Just a few feet away from his first career goal. Missed it by that much. He's had an excellent game today. That has got to sting. So with 3.5 minutes to go, Arundel can basically just dribble out the rest of the clock. But they've been playing very aggressive today, so I don't think they'll do that. Still time for Catonsville to at least pull within one. I've seen miracles before. Anything could happen. But keep an open mind. Deep shot by Marcus Whalen. Going nowhere. And another chance. Shot. Off target. But Austin Thomas gets enough of a deflection.
Corner kick, Arundel.
To bring up a corner? No, goal kick.
Goal kick, Catonsville.
I guess the referees ruled that Thomas didn't get a hand on it like we thought. 2 minutes to go. You're going to pull a miracle. Now's the time. Here's Loam. Loam to Britton. Britton surveying to Minte. Broken up. It will be knocked out of bounds. Possession will stick with Catonsville. Thomas comes out of net to scoop it up. 1.5 minutes left.
One minute now remaining, second half.
Here's Britton. Minute to go. Can he get goal number 2? He finds Miranda. Miranda, shot. Deflected. Was that in? No. Offsides is going to be called against Catonsville. It did go through the corner of the goal, but it's a no goal. 30 seconds to go. Here's Juan DiNardo to try and finish things up. 10 seconds left. Shot by Colonel goes nowhere, and that is going to do it. Arundel will take it 3-1. They defeat Catonsville. Cardinals fall to 113-1. Arundel finishes the year 9-4.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of this evening's game. Our final score, Arundel 3 and Catonsville 1. Just a reminder, this coming Tuesday, Catonsville will play their final home game of the season, 6 o'clock versus Markham. Once again, final home game this coming Tuesday, 6 o'clock versus Markham. We look forward to seeing you then. For now, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very much for coming. We hope you have a great weekend. We again thank you for coming and wish you a pleasant good evening and a safe
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for tuning in once again, as always. We only got one more of these broadcasts left on the air for soccer, but don't worry, men's and women's basketball is coming up. And as always, we will be here to broadcast every home game with yours truly on the mic. Gainesville falls to 113-1. They've got one more home game to go. That's coming up Tuesday against Harcum College, and I encourage you to tune in. It will be a very special final game of the season for the Cardinals, and the final game of the Cardinal career for Eric Velasquez, the one sophomore on the team. Well, the final here tonight, 3-1. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thank you to everybody at CCBC Catonsville for helping get this game off, and welcoming the Cardinals back after that little extended break. This is Isaac Donsky signing off, hoping everyone tunes in Tuesday and has a wonderful evening. And with that said, we're going to give the press box over to our friends over at Western Tech so they can get their football game started. Have a great evening, everyone.